How are we doing, guys? You're right. It's Steve here at Don Amott Leisure Kingdom, and welcome to the showground. Today I'm going to take you round a brand new 2026 Bailey Adamo 75-4Dl, which is an absolutely fantastic layout. So before we head on inside, starting on the outside as we normally do, it's on the Ford Transit chassis. So it is the 2 litre 165 brake horsepower 8-speed automatic gearbox in the lovely magnetic grey colour. Front parking sensors on this one now. You've got the nice alloy wheels. Let's go this way round because Jack always tells me off because I go the wrong way round. So we'll do it the right way. Down this side, toilet cassette. Your water in there for your whale heating, for your fresh water tank, and then you've got a good garage which I'll show you from the other side. 7.48 meters long, 3.5 ton, so you can drive it on a standard license, and it will sleep and travel 4 people. At the back, you've got the 2-lay pre-mounts ready for a bike rack to go on there should you wish, and there is also a reversing camera. And then on this side, as promised, I'll show you the garage. So what's really cool about these is you do get a good sized garage for the van that it is, because it's got a lounge at the back, and you don't normally get good garages for the lounges. Now what they've done again with the 26 model, you can open it from the inside, which I'll show you when we go in, but here you can drop this down to give you an extra shelf and separate this out. There's a wardrobe up there, look, so you can have some really long things hanging down. So if you've got wetsuits, etc, etc, you can hang it down there. There is a drain here for, again, if you've got your wetsuits and stuff. Tether points for mounting anything you want at the back. Freestanding table now is in the DLs, and then you've got power by way of a 12 volt and a 230 volt as well. So really clever idea, just some simple things that they've changed that make a big difference. Down on the passenger side now, and you've got your LPG gas tanks that go in there. So Cala gas, 2.6 kilograms, and then that is your power. Heading on in, got your bin there and your blind for your window in your habitation door, and it does have a fly screen. Low level steps, so there isn't any electrical steps at all. And then when we jump in, we'll head to the front and then we'll work our way back. So both seats will swivel round, as you can see, and they've got this beautiful Bailey stitching and a really nice finish on them. You've got the bigger screen now, which is the Ford Sync 4 system. So fully digital screen, fully digital dash. You've got your sat nav, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Rear reversing camera now comes through on there. And also all things like your air conditioning controls are all on the screen. The gearbox is now a wheel, which signifies that it is 8-speed, and it does have speed limit and cruise control. It isn't adaptive cruise control, but it does have that on there. And then there's USB points down here, also a couple of USB points and power at the top. Automatic headlights as well, and an electronic parking brake. And then you've got cab lines to the front and cab lines to the side. Where they can, they've given you little options for storage. So there's little cubby holes here and dotted about. So you've got quite a bit of a scope for playing around with things. Into your lounge. Now, for those that didn't see last year's model and were looking previous to that, there would have been a fixed table sat here. And what Bailey have done for the 25 and 26 models is give you a freestanding table, so it gives you this really wide space. And when you go in the Adamos, you do get a feeling that they're really wide, and they're actually no wider really than anything else. It's just the fact that there's no table, and these are probably slightly narrower. Now, underneath your benches, you've got a travel seat this side and a travel seat this side, so that's where you'll travel 4 people. And then in terms of sleeping, you've got an electric drop-down bed above my head here, and then there is another electric drop-down bed which we'll come to in a minute behind Jack. Decent sized fridge. This is a compressor fridge, and what they've done is they've put a 200-watt solar panel on the roof, and also a bigger leisure battery as well, so it can cope quite easily with all of that sort of stuff. Bit of storage at the top just there. As you can see, in terms of into your kitchen, you've got your worktop that's just there, so that gives you your extra worktop space. And also what Bailey do, which I really like, is they put this sort of faux granite worktop on top of this here. So again, you've got really big prep area and big space, and then you can just literally lift that out of the way, clip it back, and then that's now out the way, and you can carry on doing your cooking as normal by way of 3 gas and 1 electric hot plate. Separate oven and grill, which I know a lot of people like, but having that option as a separate side. And then you've also got power sockets here for things like kettles, air fryers, etc, etc. And another cool little feature that I like, you've got a wash tap, if that's even a thing. I don't even know if it's called a wash tap, but basically you can spray off your bits and bobs and then pop that back in there. Storage for your bits and bobs all up there. And then also here as well, you've got your cutlery drawer and another little cupboard just there. Now, if you wanted to mount a TV, the bracket sits here, and then your aerial point is tucked in nice and neatly there. Now, you can buy things like the brackets and stuff from Prima Leisure, who stock all of the Bailey bits and bobs that you'll need and want. Into your area for washing and having a shower. So it's a washroom, but it's a decent sized washroom. Good sized sink, bit of storage up there. Nice finish to them with the sort of black surrounds on the shower and things like that. But it is a nicely finished bathroom. And then into the back, which is one of my favourite things about the Bailey Adamo, which is this end U-shaped lounge, because with 3 windows it lets a lot of light in. You're not going to faff around making up beds and things like that, because as I said, you've got 2 drop down beds, because there's another one above me here. Nice area for chilling and putting drinks and looking out and stuff like that. That's that wardrobe that I showed you from the outside, and like I said, what you can do is you can pull that down and have yourself a shelf to put things on and still have hanging space, or if you've got long dresses, big coats, etc, etc, you can fold that back up. And then on this side, nice amount of shelving to put your smaller items, and then underneath here again a really big size storage area, so you're not lacking on storage. Now there's USB points in your lights, so when your bed's down and you're looking at you know, where you'll charge your phones, you've got that there. And what I'll do is I'll just drop this rear bed down so you can see just how nice the bed area is as well. So it will stop in a minute there. You do get ladders, but nice decent size mattress, really thick. Look at that, it's a really good sized bed. And also I'd have to take the cushions out, but I can override it and it will go all the way down. So it's catching on the cushion at the back now, but when you take them top cushions off, this will come all the way down to this bottom bit here. So if you didn't want to use a ladder, because it's only 2 of you, you don't have to use the ladder. You can climb in and out without. Truma heating and your hot water, so pretty standard issue stuff. But they're a little bit lovely, these. The other thing that is really nice about these, which a lot of people compliment them on, is the fact that other than your cab, there's a little step there that Jack can just point out, but the rest of it is a complete flat walk-through. So in the middle of the night, if you need to go to the toilet, or you know, you're up and about and the lights aren't on, you're not going to trip over anything you shouldn't be tripping over. And again, a lot of people like that. So we've got it here, it's available to view. If you're interested and you are considering a brand new Bailey Adamo 75-4Dl, pick up the phone, ask for me, Steve, get yourself down here. We'll have a mess around and we'll have a play in this one, and then we will take it from there. So thanks for watching, really appreciate it, and we will see you very soon. Don't forget, pick up the phone, ask for me, Steve. Take care, ta-da.